Hello and welcome back to Yap Island, the podcast talking all things romance, but where the hosts can never agree on what's toxic. My name is Amanda.
My name is Antonia.
And today we're talking all things Heated Rivalry, episode 3, Hunter, better known as Skip. A little bit of... I couldn't resist. A little bit of housekeeping before we get started. We might yap all the way to the cottage, so if you haven't finished all of the episodes yet, pause here and come back later. I've read all the books. Antonia has read none. We might mention them, but honestly, it won't be too much. We will swear, but if you're watching Heated Rivalry, I imagine that's probably absolutely fucking fine with you. And lastly, we would love it if you could follow us everywhere. So on your podcast platform, hit the little bell icon so you get notified. On Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, we can be found at Yap Island Pod. And you can also find me at Amanda is Obsessed. And Antonia, where can we find you?
Antonia is the drama.
Yes, she is. Okay, did I remember everything?
Yes. All good.
I'm just going to go straight in with the little meet cute Scott's opening gambit for meeting Kip. Leaving a gigantic tip gives me the absolute fucking ick. I think this is why I'm not Scott's biggest fan, because I hate this bit. Like, I get, right, maybe this is just a me thing. I'm not saying this is right. But for me, it's giving, I'm rich, you're poor, and if I choose to, I can make you like a little bit less poor. But, you know, you're still not. I know.
No. Do you not think? Like, I definitely don't think that was what was happening. But in real life, I don't think I would think that. I just would think that's what this person is used to give to when they go eat, when they go do anything. That's the kind of tip that they give.
I don't think Scott is given. I think Scott is given a good tip when he's out and about. I think that was to flirt. I think that was like his way of. Yeah.
So I
that's
think
gross. It is.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I do think, let's say if I worked in a bar and someone gave me this kind of tip, I would be like, oh, they might want something.
Yeah, it automatically sets a power dynamic, I think.
I wouldn't go as far as that.
I don't know.
I wouldn't go as far as that. I do think it's a bit of you want something, or like there's some intention, and I wouldn't go as far as saying,
I don't know.
And we start already disagree.
I know, because okay, so we should probably lay the table, as it were. I generally skip. Antonia thinks that Skip is better than Holinov, which
I don't
think
think
is
that.
fucking crazy. You said that.
I never said that.
We were there before, and you were like, I just think their love story is beautiful.
I do think their love story is beautiful.
Or did we watch the same show?
I also think Shane and Ilya's love story is beautiful. Definitely is layered and gives you more. There's more depth. There's much more there. But I also think it's really beautiful. I don't know. I really love Kip.
Yeah. I don't dislike Kip. I watched it. It was lovely the first time I watched it. I tend to skip over it. The times that I've rewatched it have only been because of this podcast, because I felt like I had to remind myself what happened. One thing that I will say though is, in this opening scene, we get girl, and I love her. I love her.
'Cause it's Maria, right, saying that.
Oh, sorry, it's Maria. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love Maria. I didn't even notice her there until she said something.
I know, you don't even realize that she's in the smoothie shop. Yeah.
I mean, that was done on purpose, and that's fair, but I love it. Her girl is iconic.
It's iconic. I honestly, it's saved in my gifts now as a reaction, because I just think it's so good. And actually, I genuinely think Kip's friends in general are the best thing about this whole episode. So
they are.
Yeah, we get Maria and her girl, and when she's later on, she says something along the lines of, you really think that this is a secret, full on calling him on it. We get Sean at the bar, who is fucking hilarious.
Yes.
And then obviously we get Elena, who somehow has a job that allows her to rub shoulders with the people like Scott.
Yes. True, yeah, because they meet at the party at the end.
So in the book, she has this like high-powered tech job where they just pay her loads of money, and Kip isn't really sure, I don't think, what she actually does on a day-to-day basis. And then, yeah, she gets invited to the ball or the gala fundraiser, whatever
it is.
whatever it may be. I think she's the best thing about this whole episode.
Yeah. Elena,
Elena,
yeah, she's definitely one of the best. I say it again, without these women, this show
nothing
wouldn't
gets
be-
done.
Yeah,
She
nothing gets done.
also, so not only is she like the reason that Kip is invited to the gala that kind of sets everything in motion, in terms of like the end of things, and then
Yeah.
she's the one that obviously has the conversation. But she also, right at the beginning, when they're doing the whole like, thank you, Kyle, and then he catches up with Elena later at the bar, and Elena is the one that is like, when is the next home game? And he says, Saturday, I'm not working. And she's like, well, switch your fucking shift in. So
Exactly. She's making everything.
yeah.
Again, these women are really important for this show.
Again, the show is telling us that
Karen.
men cannot be unsupervised.
But you know what? Another thing that just came to me is that when you finally accept yourself and who you are and who you want to be, you can actually find your group. Because looking at these three men, you have four.
Yeah.
You have Kip, Scott, Shane, Ilya. And I mean, Ilya, Shane, and Scott, you don't see them with big group of friends. Like, they have the team members, but even then, it's not that close.
It doesn't feel deep. Yeah.
It doesn't. But with Kip, I know this is for the show, but seeing him with actually his people and seeing him just being truthful to himself, just once again show when you are actually who you are and you saying what you believe, you find the people who actually want to be with you. And I love that. I think I just really loved Kip, and that does come with age, and I know that, and I'm sure he went through his whole thing before.
Also, though, Kip has a very supportive father.
A very supportive father. True.
Like, I do not believe that Kip ever worried about coming out to his dad.
Definitely not.
His dad is so supportive. We get there later, but Kip does actually know his worth.
Yes.
Yeah, and he asks for it. Yeah.
I think we will definitely go over in the favorite moments, but that is what I love most in Kip. Even if it was a realization that came at the end, it does show that in the end, he understands the value that he has. He understands who he is and who he wants to be in life. Yeah,
because when he first agrees to things, I don't think he understood how difficult that was going to be. He does say, no, I don't want to be back in the closet. But then, okay, right. Second deck.
Oh my God. Is it again because it's the smoothie scene, right?
It's the smoothie scene. Again. Scott's first real attempt is, can I answer my emails in the shop? Like, this guy has no fucking game.
He doesn't have any. Oh, but poor guy, he just doesn't have any fucking game. He just doesn't know what to say. Kip is not Ilya. Kip is just him. And Scott, the only thing that came to his mind was, let me find something that would make sense for him to sit there, which is, I also have work to do. Let me say that.
So why are you asking if you can sit in a smoothie shop that has seats? Like, you can obviously. I don't know. It's so awkward.
Shows how out of place he was, because he probably in any other place that he goes, he would know what to do, but he just didn't know what to do with Kip. It was just so, the word that you love to say about Ilya and Shane, he was besotted with.
I know. Kip. And here's the thing, right? When Shane is awkward and doesn't know what to say or says the wrong thing, I have so much time for him. I'm like, but he couldn't, and he's this and he's that and blah, 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 blah. I love him. But when Scott does it, I'm just like, oh, for God's sake, you're a grown man. Get some game.
He's definitely older. He should by now, but
I know.
Because that's the other thing. I don't know if he has had that many relationships with men. And I do think they never say that he's, I don't know if in the books they say, but I don't think he's bi. So he probably only had relationships, if he had, with men. And I don't think he ever had that many, because he's probably fear.
In the books, if I remember correctly, because I did read the book, but I read it once. And I very much like sped through it to get to the next bit. But yeah, in the books, if I remember rightly, he basically like every summer he'll go to like a European country that nobody will recognize him. And then he'll like have a few dalliances, but it's nothing serious. So I do think that he should have a little bit more game because he's obviously been going to these European countries to pick up men. But then I guess it is different if you're, I mean, not different for me because I can't hit on anybody ever. But I guess it is, if you can do that, I guess it's different if you are just wanting to hook up or if you actually have feelings. So I guess it's harder, and I still don't think it excuses.
In no way, if you like someone, that's not the conversation you would have.
No, I'm too lazy to be a serial killer. Scott.
The thing is, you know what? He probably opened his phone, unlocked his phone, and then saw some news about, because that's what happened. He probably saw some news about a serial killer.
Antonia, you didn't actually pay attention again, did you? Okay.
Hey, I've just seen one twice.
He says a quiz told him that he's too lazy to be a serial killer. So he lied about checking his emails. He went on, I honestly think he like went on his phone because he said he was checking his emails, and then he did what we all do and he went on BuzzFeed and he took a quiz, and instead of if you wanted to talk about it, if you wanted an excuse to talk about something, pick a different quiz. If you go on BuzzFeed in 2014, there are a million quizzes. Find out if you're Team Jacob or if you're Team Edward. I'd literally do anything other than take the serial killer quiz. And then he's like, oh, the quiz just told me I'm too lazy to be a serial killer. And well, that's not true because you're a professional athlete. I don't think it's possible to be a professional athlete at the NHL if you're lazy. And then, oh my God, and then he gives this little difference between a serial killer and a spree killer.
And the spree killer. I just feel like that whole conversation is really unnecessary in terms of, if you, not for the show, but if you're trying to get a guy. No way that you would be bringing that kind of conversation.
If a guy or a woman started speaking to me about fucking serial killers when I had met them 3 times, no, 100%, I would be like, absolutely not.
And none of the times they had deep conversations, or they even said more than hi.
No, it's literally like, kip. Yeah, and then gigantic tips, and that's it.
Gigantic tips. He's obsessed. He's obsessed.
Yeah. Do you know who gets obsessed? Serial killers. Serial killers and me with the show.
You and everyone and all the other loons, because it is real.
That's so true, actually. I'm not alone in this obsession. But yeah, I maybe flew too close to the sun there, calling him on his obsession when I probably can't talk.
Well, I really just feel like it didn't have anything to say. It doesn't know how to act with his crush.
I know. And when Shane does it, it's endearing, but when Scott does it, I hate it.
I love the scene of trying to talk but not being able to talk, because even Kip, he doesn't know what to say.
No, Kip, no, you take that back. Kip is great here. Kip is like, oh yeah, by the time you get to
you're right. Yeah. They actually give answers that get out of being of like a killing situation. No, you're right. He does. He does know what to say.
He talks about superstitions. He's like, left sock on before your right sock, all of that kind of stuff. And then he says you all look like sexy lumberjacks by the end of May. This is how you flirt. Yeah. He is taking an interest in what you do and who you are. He is dropping it smoothly that you're hot, but without putting a big spotlight on it. Kip is great. And then it's Scott's reaction that Kip stumbles, because Scott just fucking freaks out.
He does. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
I was like, why are you acting like...
And now Kip is panicking because he's like, oh fuck, what if Scott's not gay and I've just tried to hit on him? But then, okay, this is why I can't handle Scott, because he goes from serial killer to fucking freak out over the sexy lumberjack comment to... Do you want to have tickets to my game? My guy, I have whiplash. I have emotional whiplash, and it's not even directed at me.
No, yes, I do agree with that. I do agree. It was like, where is this coming from? But I also think it took him a second to understand that Kip wanted the same thing that he wanted,
I don't think so. I think he genuinely just panicked that Kip had realised he was gay and then shat himself. But then was like, oh, actually, it's a good thing that Kip knows I'm gay because I fancy him. So I think it was just like I think it was the same as like when we are at the MLH Awards and he's with Shane and Shane freaks out about the Rosenoff comment. And so then Scott panics. So I think Scott is definitely panicking anytime anyone might figure him out.
Yes. I
mean, even though he kind of wants Kip to figure out.
Yeah, he wants Kip to figure out because he's just telling him with all this nonsense conversation about serial killers and killers, which is so weird. But the thing is, it's just so used. That's the thing. If it's just so used to try to hide his sexuality.
Yeah.
It is normal for him to feel like that. And then when he realized that Kip understood and still wanted to be with him, it was like, you know what, let's move on. Because let's be honest, if he didn't do that, Kip wouldn't do anything.
No, if that's fair. If he hadn't have said like, why don't you come to my game, I think Kip would have completely and utterly backed off. But then we get to the game and like all of a sudden Scott's playing better. You don't even know this guy. You don't even know him. He works in the smoothie shop. That's it.
Love it for sight.
I was about to say that's not a thing, but I genuinely do think that Ilya and Shane fell in love at the lighter clicking. They just didn't know. But yeah, I don't know why. For Scott, I'm just, why are you playing better when you don't even know this guy? Just because he showed up with his friend.
Oh my God, but imagine that this guy that you like, you haven't actually done anything. You offered him a leaf branch, but you don't know if he's going to actually show up. And he shows up with a friend.
Like, I can't relate. If somebody that I fancied came to watch me do my job, I would tank.
No, definitely not this corporate
that would
job.
Be the worst. No, but even like, I don't know, right, on the side, I decorate cakes, right?
Yeah.
If I was in a cake decorating competition and my crush came to watch me, that would be the biggest piece of shit cake that you've ever seen in your life. Like, all of my knowledge would fall out of my head.
I doubt that.
No, it's true.
Oh, no. Like, the only equivalent that I can never happened in my life, but I always like think if I didn't do what I do now, if I just went with my dreams, I would be like either some kind of actress. I would probably sing as well. Dreams here. And I would love to have someone come and see. How dare you? How dare you? I don't need reality coming to here. But what I'm saying is, I would love to see, like coming to see something I love to do.
I mean, I guess you're just an exhibitionist.
Well, maybe that's what Scott is. Maybe he's also Leo, and that's why.
I guess as well, like he plays hockey in front of like thousands and tens of thousands of people. It's also like broadcast all across the country. So I guess his like threshold for nerves is probably different to mine. I'm just saying I can't relate. But then he goes away and he still can't play properly, and we know that because Ilya beats him and then Shane beats him, and this is my favorite moment of the whole fucking episode.
You know what? You know what is the best moment for me at that part, in that scene, is when what's his name? Scott says, "You're looking like
you're
him."
starting to sound
and
like
I
him.
know. Yeah, and I know that was like with because they were dicks to him, because he was a dick to him. Like Ilya being a dick to Scott is fine. That's who he is.
That's who he is.
Take it.
Yeah.
Shane being a dick to Scott, that's not nice.
It's a dick though, Shane. Like, because again, people keep saying like being a dick, but I just think it's piss taking. Like, I've said worse to you. Like, I fucking know I've said worse.
No, but that's the thing. But that's the thing. If it was anyone else, I think it's because Scott and him, that's not the usual thing between them, even when I don't think that's the normal thing.
Like that is true, and it's definitely Ilya's influence. But I don't think Scott needs to react, like, because this is the thing. He also reacts to Ilya like he's like a grumpy old man.
It definitely is, but we also know he's not having a good time the season. He knows that he's in the media, and everyone in the media is telling he's quite shit. He's getting old. Of course, he's not the same level as Ilya, but he's the captain, and he's quite shit.
For Ilya's a dick, though. We get his little, like, I love you, I love you, I love you, good job, to all of his team. Again, like, Ilya can take the piss out of people, but he is such a good guy, and he looks like he's such a good captain.
He's a good captain.
And honestly, I think it's fucking funny when Shane does his little, I hope next time you show up. Because, right, that is Ilya's influence, but it also is very reminiscent of an episode 1 at the All-Star game when Ilya says he's making jokes about no boring Canadians or stupid Americans, and Shane says also just a bunch of Finnish guys talking about the cousins they are in love with. That was Shane pre-Ilya.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a million miles away from that Shane. I just think at that point he wouldn't have said it to Scott because Scott, he was a rookie and Scott was like a seasoned player. Whereas Shane is now, I'm pretty sure Shane's captain at this point. So he's on more of a level playing field in terms of seniority with Scott. So I can see why Scott would just go straight for the Ilya thing. But I'm also just like, I think it's just Shane being funny, and we know that Shane is funny.
Yeah, we definitely are reading differently. Because that's the thing. I really think it's because he's picking up more things from Ilya, and I do think that's really cute, really lovely. But then when you have the point of view of someone that is having a really shitty season and how that can impact his career, I mean, he's the head of the team, and if the head of the team is just poorly, like psychologically, you just feel shit, and anything that someone says would hit you, like, because when I'm sure any other time Ilya says would feel like, oh fuck, this guy's just annoying.
Yeah.
But then having Shane, someone that usually you have a good relationship, that usually doesn't say those kind of things to you, regardless of you having a bad season or a good season. If he's had a good season, I'm sure Shane would actually just be saying good things. But I don't think normally he would have said. Yeah, I think it was the timing. It just hit him. And everyone knew that he was having a really bad season for some time. It was not just a 1-2 games. It was more. Because that's the thing. Both Ilya and Shane know how it is when you lose, even just one game. And losing and being in a bad situation for some time for any team is hard. And him deciding to say that it wasn't all right. And they were kind of friends. They're a bit of a friend. They had
exactly. It was a joke between friends. Like,
it was not,
grow up, Scott. Grow up.
But, well, that kind of French. But because it's thing, like, but you would read the room.
I don't know. I'm like, I genuinely don't think Shane has any malice in it. Because after Scott says the whole, like, you're even starting to sound like him, Shane's like, I'm sorry, what was that? And then Scott goes, you fucking heard me, Hollander. And that's when they start to fucking throw hands, which I think is adorable because Shane is the least menacing person that ever existed.
I'm not even like, because that scene I just felt like, who is this? Why are they fighting?
I think it
would look
so
like
cute.
a fight. This is just
no, but I don't know if you notice. It starts off with you fucking heard me, Hollander, and then we cut to them being held back. So like both of their team members are holding them back, and the refs are holding them back, and they're shouting at each other. But then all around them, both of the teams flood the ice and start fighting each other, and the whole fucking thing has literally just been caused by Scott not being able to take a joke.
It was not a joke, man.
Oh God, it fucking was though.
Yeah, it was a joke, but it was a bad joke for that situation. Because if he was a friend, because these guys know how it is to be losing for this long, and Ilya is fine because they're not friends.
They're not friends, no.
And I'm not even lying when I say that I'm not that fan of Scott. Like I said in this episode, and I'll say it again, I love Kip. That's where I stand.
Okay, back to Kip. After this, we that's when we meet Kip's dad, because they are like watching the game, and then it cuts to Kip and his dad watching the game. And I love this for Kip. I love that he is so loved. This is actually different from the books as well. In the books, because in the show it definitely feels like it's a single dad situation.
Yes.
Yeah, in the books, like both of his parents are around. They're just normal. They're just nice, normal parents. They love him, but they're just not as charismatic as Kip's dad in the show.
I love that they probably decided for budget reasons to just have one of
I
the
honestly
parents.
think so.
And
yeah.
I do think it's really important to be a man, to be a dad. I don't know, just for society.
I think it's really nice, yeah, that it's a single dad. You know, I was raised by a single dad, and it's nice to see them represented as good humans.
Exactly. We need them to show up with green flags.
Yeah. And honestly, I actually think like Kip's dad being so adorable and loving Kip so much maybe take the edge off of the problematic nature of Scott and Kip's relationship.
Yes.
But only because I do think that the power dynamic of Kip is like a hustling and all of these side jobs.
No, you know what? That's so true.
Yeah,
That's
and like
so true.
Scott is the one that has the apartment, he has the job, he has the money. I definitely think this would be much more problematic if Kip's parent situation hinted that he was looking to be saved in any way. The Cinderella joke that Sean makes, he's not dependent on Scott.
Definitely not depending on Scott. I also don't get the feeling that Scott is like, oh, you don't need to be working. You know, there's never.
I definitely don't think that Scott's ever let me take care of you, but there is a scene in the book that thankfully they cut from the show.
Oh,
but there is a scene where it's Kit's birthday.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Scott comes in late. He wouldn't go to the bar. He comes in late and he pulls like a creased, crinkly card out of his back pocket and he gives it to Kip. And inside the birthday card is a check for, I think, $50,000. And Kip is like, what the fuck is this? And Scott's like, oh, I just thought I'd pay off your student loan. Is that not enough? And Kip is like, this is too much. And Scott's like, oh, well, you know, I don't care. I just wanted you to have it. And Kip has to explain how this is not okay.
What? Once again, Kip is really the best.
Kip is the best. In the book and in the show, Kip is the best.
Honestly, I just feel like I need to take notes from him to just learn that.
And it's not even, it's not just the fucking money, it's the whole, the way of, I didn't actually bother to think about a gift for you. I just wrote a check because I can. And he says something along the lines of like, I want you to have it because I won't even notice it's gone. It's something a lot, it was like basically
this is even worse. Thankfully, they didn't put it like that.
Yeah, I'm so glad they cut that from the show.
It would have made things so much worse.
Yeah.
Thankfully. But yeah, I to now I still like him.
Okay, back to they're not in a relationship yet.
Yes.
Kip smashes the tray. That woman is a fucking bitch.
Such a bitch. Such a bitch.
They're just models
Kip.
who can't carry your tray.
And of course, Scott had to be there in that party, right close to where
again making it very clear that
happened.
Scott has the power and Kip is a waiter. Like I'm not saying that there is any like merit in that, but I can imagine how Kip is feeling. Oh, for fuck's sake, I really don't want to be here in my waiter's uniform spilling food all over this hunky hockey player who keeps leaving me big tips.
But I also don't feel like, even though there's definitely that power imbalance, I do think they made it well to show that, well, even if that's what happening in that scene, there's just two people who seem to like each other. I don't know. That's what I felt.
You say that, right? But then the next thing Scott says to him is more serial killer chat. And then, shall I meet you in the alley afterwards and we can go for food? Like, no. What? Who is meeting a basic stranger in an alleyway who talks about serial killers?
But like we will that's definitely entering in the parts that really dislike about Scott and the way that but that's the thing, he's not dealing with his sexuality. He wants to hide, and I think that's why he said the alley is because it is a place hidden, no one will see him. And I do think the whole scene is a bit weird because he says, let's meet in the alley, and then they meet there, and then he says, let's go eat at these. No, he said before, actually, let's meet in the alley to go eat in this Mexican place. And I'm like, in this Mexican place, you'd see people there. You're meeting in the alley to hide, but then you'll see people there.
Yeah, like he hasn't thought this through.
No, and I don't know if it's he didn't think this through or he thought, and he was always going to say, let's go to my house. Which I think it's even worse.
That's even worse. Like if that was always his plan, was to like pretend they were going on a date when actually they were going to his house, is diabolical.
It's even worse. But you know what? Because of looking back, like that panic thing, he wanted Kip to know, but then when Kip understood and they're kind of like in the same, we know that there's something here and that you are gay and you like me, he then gave the invites. And now we jump to this scene where he decides, oh, let's meet in the alley to go to this Mexican place. And he probably then realized, oh, shoot, there are people. And I think that's it. You're right. Like, he just doesn't think through things.
Yeah, he doesn't think things through at all. As we're chatting, I'm very aware that I'm being a massive hypocrite because
yeah,
because Ilya meets Shane in an alley, literally says, "You will murder me," and Shane says, "Maybe," and I'm like, aren't they adorable? And then Kip is like, "I'll meet you in the alley," and I'm like, "Kip, run! What are you doing?" Did you not learn about stranger danger ever? Okay, I see it. I do. I see it. I see my hypocrisy. Yeah. But okay, the plan to not go to the restaurant and to go to Scott's house, swiftly followed by Kip is amazed at the apartment, right? He's like, oh my God, the view, like the apartment is beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And in the time that it's taken him to be completely overwhelmed by this fucking apartment, Scott has started to get naked. Scott, look, what the fuck? Look, what the fuck?
Did I like it? I like it.
Would that work on you?
I don't know.
Like if you met, if it was a guy that would come into your work, you've met each other maybe 3 times, you've gone to his hockey game, you've met him in an alley, you were supposed to go for Mexican food,
hey,
now you're in a fucking apartment. Yeah, actually,
I'm not gonna lie.
That's the point for you. If they didn't feed you, you would be rioting.
Exactly. We're like, no, let's find another place.
Like, bitch, phone the Chinese. Phone it now.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I would probably be, by the serial killer conversation, I'll be like, I'm not sure about you. Also meeting in an alley. I'm a woman. No woman would.
No, there's not a single woman. Actually, oh my God, I did do that in my youth.
You see?
Oh my
God. They're not young. But you know what? They're not young.
I was like 18 and I worked in this bar and I was like secretly hooking up with this guy who I should not have been hooking up with. And he used to like meet me in like rando streets after I'd finished work at like fucking 2 a.m. And then we'd go for a walk. We'd go for a walk around this fucking like nature reserve. What was I thinking, Antonia? What was I thinking?
Oh, you know what? It's just young love or young, not even, I don't know if it was love, but
I think I thought it was at the time, but absolutely.
But yeah, young love. It is.
Yeah. It was like wandering around the woods at night with a man.
That's crazy. But you don't pick up at that time.
That's true. I was only 18.
Yeah, definitely as a woman, you will not find me doing that.
Not now. Oh my God.
No,
no. Oh my God. Anytime like any of my friends have like a date or whatever, okay, you're switching on your location. I'm going to need to like know the time that you expect to be home by. If you're not home by that time, because I will check your location, like you will have to text me to let me know that everything is fine. Like there's protocols and contingency plans.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Everyone knows the location.
Kip doesn't do that.
Crazy.
Kip says,
Kip doesn't do that.
Or I pick or. Tell him to put his clothes back on and call the takeaway.
I mean, well, they already accepted that they like each other. They just never put the words out.
Yeah, but woo me. You can't just get naked.
Well, if the body says.
Okay, I mean, maybe if they had Scott's body, I'd say, or I pick or.
I would still want my food. I'm not gonna lie. If we got to that apartment and you promised me food and you still just give me sex, I'm like, no, sorry. Thank you.
You're gonna have to fuel me up first.
Exactly. But yeah, and then they do the deed, and then it's next day. And I think it comes to one of my favorite scenes in this episode when he wakes up. Oh, no, wait. Am I wrong in this? How things happened? Yes, I am. Oh, no, you better just stick to because something happened before which I learned.
Jesus, take the wheel.
No, because before the next morning, they have that scene where.
Are you talking about when Kip's like pretending he's sneaking out, but he's put all the lights on, so he's not actually sneaking, which makes Scott wake up. And Scott's like, "Can you stay? Then I'd like you to stay."
Oh, Kip but you think he's not ready to go home? You think he was just pretending?
No, Antonia, you're so Precious. If you're sneaking out, you don't put the lights on.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Yeah. He's doing that thing of, I feel like I should go because this feels like a hookup, but I'm going to put the lights on because that's your opportunity to then tell me to stay. But then it's your choice.
I didn't even pick up the
Did you even watch this show? Yeah, again, I find myself asking, did you even watch this fucking show?
That's why I was like, what do you mean he was not leaving the apartment? Which does make sense.
Yeah, he's literally getting dressed right in Scott's eye line. The lights are on. That was him being like, okay, I'm not sure what the rules are.
I can see that.
Am I supposed to go? Is this just a one night stand? Let me give him an opportunity to tell me what this is.
Yeah.
I do think if Scott was like, you're leaving, and he said, yeah, I thought I should go, and Scott was like, cool, see you later, I do think Kit would have left. Like, I don't believe that he wouldn't have. But it was definitely him trying to gauge the temperature. You are actually did you watch the show?
I promised I did. I just didn't notice. I didn't even think about it.
Pay attention to anything. You will murder me, Antonia.
Yeah. But he chooses to stay. Well, he wanted to stay anyway. But yeah, Scott asks him to stay and he stays. And I think it's so lovely.
He stays, but then again, he's super weak. Like, again, right, I love you, Kip, but Jesus Christ. Then he like wakes up the next day and makes a smoothie in a stranger's house. And then is surprised that making a smoothie woke him up. Of course it woke him up. You put the blender on.
That's a weird one. That was not the best choice, unless it was on purpose. And Kip wanted Scott to wake. Anyway, it all feels weird. But before that, they do have one of my favorite
No, they don't.
Oh, because
they make the smoothie and then he's apologizing and then Scott picks him up and says, can I fuck you? And then they go fuck again.
No, it's before that. You know that
no,
part
it's after.
You know, like,
are you talking about when Scott's like, I want you to stay?
No, I'm not talking about the proposal.
What are you talking about then?
You know when he wakes up before, like, while Kip is doing the breakfast thing, and he thinks the bed is empty, so he tries to check if he's there. He's not there. I think that happens.
Oh,
and then because you see like fear, not like fear, but saying like, oh, he's gone. But then he realized the sound comes up from him being in the kitchen.
Did he?
And it's like, he's here. Yes.
Oh my God, I totally missed that.
Yes, that happens. That's one of my favorite parts. Like, you see fear in him that he's gone.
Stop. And then he hears the blender.
Yeah, and then he's like, no, he's just in the kitchen.
That's actually quite cute. I'll give you that one. That one's adorable.
Yeah,
I'm not sure it happened, but...
Oh my God, I'm sure it happened. Now. I'll have to go to that episode. But
I mean, honestly, I'm not going to watch it again, but...
Yeah, I'm sure. I'll send you print screen. Record that.
You actually will. I have no doubt that you'll send me that tonight.
Proof will be sent.
Sorry, you're right. Then he goes into the kitchen. Then he picks him up. Then he says, "Can I fuck you?" Then they go fuck again.
Yeah.
And then they come. And then they come back, and Scott gets weird again.
Yeah, no, that intense proposal.
It's so fucking weird.
It is so weird.
You've hooked up once.
I'm not even lying. Even him. I think it is cute to be fearful of him leaving, but at the same time, just like it's just.
He has a life.
Come on.
Yeah. And you could say, I'd really like to see you after my game tonight.
Yeah.
That's normal. And I get that they can't go out after his game because Scott's too afraid that anybody will see them. So it has to be at his apartment. But he could say, why don't I leave you tickets again? And then after my game, you can come back here. I would really like to see you again. But he doesn't. He says... He does his whole speech, and I get, right, okay, I do have some feeling for Scott, because he says, I know I'm too intense. Everybody always says I'm too intense. And my heart does break, because that's very much a variation on the, like, I'm too much. I know I'm too much. My heart breaks for him, but like, fuck me, my guy. Why does Kip have to be there when you get home from practice? Why does he have to be there when you get home in the evening? There's a happy medium in there somewhere.
I think he's so afraid of him leaving. I mean,
it's just giving prisoner.
Kip was still having a life. I
It's
don't know why
I'm
Kip...
going to put you in a tower. You better not grow your hair long enough to escape.
Kip was still going to work. Kip was still meeting his friends.
He doesn't though. After he agrees.
That's true, yeah.
Because he has to lie to all his friends. And so rather than lie to him, he just stops hanging out with them. It's very much giving a tower situation.
Yeah, it's just sad. I do feel like there was no... Scott, if they are really his friends, if they are really Kip's friends, they wouldn't tell, right?
No,
I know,
and you can tell.
I know that Scott doesn't know these friends, and it is fine, but they are at a point, if they want this relationship, which in Scott's head, it was going to be like this forever.
Yeah, at one point, he literally says, until I retire. Dude, no.
That's going to be ages.
Yeah,
No.
I know you're old, but fucking hell, you can't ask somebody to do that for years.
I know that it came more close to the end of the episode, but I feel like Kip should have just said, look, I really like you. If we want this to work, I still need my normal life. I still need to be with my friends. And at this stage, I can't be with my friends because I don't want to lie to them. So,
Antonia, you're so boring. Why do you want a romance show to be, oh, let's all have open and honest conversations about what we want and what we need?
No, don't get me wrong.
I'm taking back your handle. I'm taking back your Instagram handle. Antonia is not the drama. Antonia is the mature adult.
No, I'm saying look, it's all about do what I say, don't say what. I sometimes I don't do what I say. So yeah, do what I say, don't do what I do. So look, I get it. That's true. I don't think they would be at that stage. They would be able to even talk about that. And I think
I just don't think that Kip realizes that what he's signing up for at that point.
Oh, I don't think so.
There's a difference between like thinking a thing and experiencing the thing. And I just very much think that when Kip agrees to it to begin with, he's very much, I really like this guy, and that's all that is like in his mind at that moment.
Yeah.
And it's not until it then becomes a reality that, oh wait, this is actually not fun and I don't want to continue to do it.
We're still in the good part of the relationship.
Are we? That's what we're calling this?
Well, Kip is still happy, even if he doesn't realize where the path is taking, you know? He doesn't understand yet, but he's happy with how much sex they are having. He's happy to get to know this man more.
So whenever Shane and Ilya need to have a conversation and they keep having sex, you're like, Amanda, sex isn't helping anything. You can't just focus on the sex. You have to have the conversation. They have to show each other how they feel. They have to talk about things. But when it comes to Scott and Kip, well, the sex is amazing. So you're doing great, sweetie.
You know what is the difference there? Is that I'm happy with them having sex. I just want to say my defense about that is that I would be fine with them having sex. My problem is at that stage, their relationship is not good for them. They both feel like they are not good. Like,
oh, sorry. So Kip's
they are not
thing
happy.
Kip's
no, I'm not saying. I'm saying how they feel inside. I'm not saying from the point of a viewer. I'm saying themselves in that relationship. Ilya and Shane were feeling we are not good. Like Shane was not happy and Ilya was not happy with where they were. And that's why I said they need to have a talk. When we go back to Scott and Kip, at that stage, even though we can't see as a viewer, they should have a talk about it and where this is going to lead. They are not unhappy about it, you know? Like, I don't think at that point that Kip realized, like,
no, but just because they're not unhappy, it's still unhealthy.
I do think it is unhealthy. Yes, I will never say that it's healthy. I'm just saying, no, I don't think I'm contradicting myself on this one. So I will stick with it. But yeah, I do think it was really sad that he was hiding from everyone. And then we move to the conversation with Elena, and Elena is the one like, you are, and
Yeah.
keep trying to hide, but you are.
And I get it, because like if your choice is hang out with your friends and lie to them, or hang out with your superstar hockey boyfriend and have great sex, of course you're just going to end up like sequestered away. But I think Elena's amazing for having that conversation
exactly,
and saying
I
like,
do.
this isn't okay.
Yeah.
And
I
especially
love
his dad, when she calls him on the fact that he's barely spoken to his dad. Like,
yes, because that's the thing. Because, well, maybe they have such a good relationship that his dad would pick up right away that he's meet with someone.
yeah, because Elena says, what does your dad think is going on? And he says, oh, he probably thinks I'm shacking up with a married man. Yeah, I feel like he knows then that his dad knows something is going on, but he can't talk to his dad, because the minute he talks to his dad, he'll tell, like, it'll come clean. And like, actually in the books, his dad is lovely, and his dad does clock it almost immediately. Like when he finally like tells him, like he even knows that it's Scott in the books. But I just think if you're Scott, how can you not be aware of the fact that like your boyfriend, who must have had a life before you arrived on the scene, does nothing but live in your house now and go to work? And it doesn't even seem to like cross Scott's mind that that's an issue,
because he's so happy.
Yeah.
And I think that's wrong. I think we are definitely in a relationship where Kip is giving a lot of him, he's actually losing part of him, while there's someone that is just receiving a lot, is not even seeing.
He's just at home taking care of Scott, almost making the meals and being there when Scott's finished from practice. And
you know who reminds me a little bit?
Oh my God, I don't know where this is going, and I'm scared.
It does remind a little bit of Shane, always taking, and not even seeing.
That's not where I thought that was going.
Oh, okay.
I was honestly really scared. Yeah, I guess I guess like Shane never puts himself in Ilya's perspective until the very end. Yeah, you're right. Scott is not putting himself in Kip's perspective, and he doesn't even seem to like acknowledge, because when they're at the gala and he leaves the suit for Kip, and we can see then like when Kip opens that closet and he sees the suit, and I love how they did this, because it's very much a representation of there's no substance. It's an empty suit. And it's kind of like their relationship. There's no substance to it because it doesn't exist outside of these four walls. And the minute Kip puts that suit on, Scott's going to pretend that they don't even know each other.
That's crazy to me.
It's horrible. But when he's dancing with Elena, he's surprised. Elena says he loves you so much, he'll deal with being miserable. And Scott's like, he's miserable? And she says, well, yeah, aren't you too?
Yeah.
Like, how does Scott not know? How does Scott not know that Kip is miserable?
And it is crazy, you know what? Because before that, they have the gallery scene. Because Scott thinks that he's ready. He's ready to go, even if they are not going to show up their relationship, because he's still hiding that part.
Yeah.
He still thinks that they can go to places together. And then they go. And the first person trying to talk with them, which is some seller, just a person trying to sell, he's like, shh. I hated that shh. I think it was actually quite triggering to me to hear that shh.
If somebody shushed me, I would knock them out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, poor Kip. You could see that Kip was like, okay.
And that's the thing, like, Scott's just acting like a child, and then Kip's having to, like, apologise.
And then, yes, though, like, then they go home after that horrible scene. I really hated that. And then they go home and he says, no, I shouldn't have behaved like that. I'm really sorry. And he could see, even when Kip said it's all right, he actually said it's not all right. So he knows. How doesn't he know then in that scene when they are dancing that he's miserable?
The Kip is miserable. Yeah. I just don't believe the strain of not speaking to his dad and not speaking to his friends hasn't come up in their conversations. I don't think Scott's paying attention.
No, he's just not paying attention. I was wondering, because that's the thing, maybe they are not actually having that kind of conversation, which is weird to me. If they are living together, what are they talking?
Yeah. But also, he must talk about his dad, because I just don't believe that his dad doesn't come up in conversation. So he must be talking about his dad, and it is never crossing Scott's mind that like
he must be
he's
sad for
not
not
seeing
actually.
him. Yeah.
I'm wondering as well if there's a bit, because the thing is, he's definitely really just focused on himself. And this was probably the first time he found someone he likes, who also likes him, and they are able to have some kind of relationship.
Yeah.
And from his point of view, I'm not sure if he has that kind of friends. He doesn't seem to have that kind of friends. He
Yeah, I
also
don't think
doesn't have
so.
his parents died when he was young, I think in a car accident.
Yeah, in a car accident.
So it just seems like it just doesn't have that, and it doesn't realize how that could be a strain on someone that is really close to his friends, really
Yeah.
close to his dad. And added to that is a person that he's really good with being gay, and he's opened up, like he's definitely not in the closet.
I guess that's a really good point, because we do get it made quite clear that Scott doesn't have community outside of hockey, that hockey is his whole life. So yeah, I guess because this comes slightly after the gala, but then when Kip's talking about his birthday plans, he says, "Oh, it's my birthday next week," and Scott says, "I know, I've already booked the caterer," and it doesn't even occur to Scott that
he would have friends
that would want to celebrate his birthday.
That's crazy to me. I'm not gonna lie. When I
Yeah.
saw that, I was like, what the fuck, man?
But yeah, I guess maybe that's a sign that Scott isn't celebrating his birthday with his friends. I know.
It's so sad.
It's really sad. It is. Okay, I take back my Scott slander.
I think Scott has been so lonely. You know, like I really think he's been so lonely for so long.
And I guess if your whole community is hockey, then there's probably a bit of you that believes that that community goes away if you're not the best hockey player anymore, or if you do something that like alienates you from them, like be gay. Yeah, okay, fine. I fucking feel sorry for Scott. I hope you're happy with yourself, Antonia.
I'm not, because you just told me stuff that even just made me feel more sad about him.
Because realistically, that has to be the reason it doesn't occur to him, right? Is because he doesn't have people like this in his life. Yeah, the whole, when Kip says, "I think I'm going to stay at my home tonight," and then they intercut Kip walking home with Scott's speech, where we find out that his parents died in a car crash. After that, the hockey scholarship is what saved his life. And yeah, I guess if hockey is the only thing that you have in your life, and you believe that if you're not good at it, or if you come out as gay, that they'll ostracize you, and you don't notice that your boyfriend has friends, it's probably because you don't have any.
Marlo is his friend, right?
No,
it's
Antonia.
Marlo. Oh, it's the name. Sorry,
Antonia, you're killing me. Marlo plays for the Boston Raiders, and he is Ilya's friend. Scott's friend is Carter Vaughn.
Oh, okay.
No, my God, Hayden Pike is Shane's
sorry.
friend.
I know. Sorry, my bad. I don't know why I heard Shane. For some reason, I thought you were going to list the friends from those three boys.
No,
I'm sorry. No, you're right. Yes, Carter Bond. Love his name.
Carter
by the way.
Vaughn.
Carter Vaughn.
You're killing me, Antonia.
Take me away. Amanda, you can take me away. I don't know what to do with myself, but yeah. Carter Vaughn. You could see him even the little parts in that last scene in the
when the weird guy is like, "Oh, are you playing so good because you've got a woman?" And,
yes.
and
do you see
like,
that Carter
okay?
is trying to checking on him, and I feel like you should actually try to. He's your friend, so try to talk with him.
Is this another situation where Scott doesn't feel like he deserves friends, and so he's pushing away the people that are his friends because he's got so little self-esteem? Fuck me. I feel even more sorry for him now. I hate this.
It's so sad. But you know what? At the end, when they have that conversation and he decides to go, I also love that as Scott is not like, no, stay, because he doesn't, right?
No, he's very much like,
I understand.
I understand that is your decision. Here's the thing. Again, fine, I might be coming around to Skip, because I was going to say, again, we're in this situation where I feel bad for them both. And I understand both of their decisions. Like, I definitely think Kip has done nothing wrong. He genuinely has done nothing wrong. But I understand from the speech that Scott's whole sense of self is based on hockey. His like only sense of community, even though it's quite tenuous, it seems, is based on hockey. And so if this terminally straight sport finds out that he's gay, that would be a huge risk for him, or like so he believes at the time. And so I can't feel angry at him for trying to keep it hidden, but I cannot ask Kip to live like that. Exactly. Especially when Scott, because here's the thing, Scott could at least say in this moment, you know what, I understand I can't come out, but if you trust your friends, then I trust your friends. If you trust your dad, then I trust your dad. It's a risk, but I love you and I trust you. So tell your core people and
that's the thing.
Get support. Yeah.
I feel at that stage when they're both like, this is not working, something needs to change. That could have been a change. Like
that's a small thing that Scott could reasonably have given Kip. Tell your close circle. If you trust them to keep it a secret, then I trust them to keep it a secret.
Exactly. And they could try. And then if it still didn't work, it didn't work. Because I really don't think it would have worked like that for a really long time anyway. But it could have been a trial. And they were like, you know what?
It also just could have given Kip the space that he needs to sort through his feelings with a support system. All of his complicated feelings about this.
Yes.
Not being able to talk to anyone but Elena. It makes everything more difficult. Honestly, thank fuck for Kip's dad, because at the end when he arrives at his house and his dad says like, my boy, and then he like hugs him.
I felt that hug, you know, like
same. Kip's dad.
Kip needed. Kip's dad.
Kip's dad is the real MVP. Get him to the MLH Awards next year. I don't want to see anybody's name up there except Kip's dad.
Yeah. And then we got to the end of the episode where he celebrates his birthday with his friends. And he's so happy. I love that also he has his glasses on. He's like full on cape. And then we just see Scott looking from afar.
Yeah, hiding outside in the dark.
And you know, that's actually a good analogy to the whole thing. You know, like him hiding in the dark.
Kip is in the light with his friends.
And he's still in the dark.
And Scott's outside in the dark all alone.
Oh, fuck. It's so hard.
And then we get one last nod to Russia. We now find out that part of Scott's panic is that he'd just broken up with Kip before he got to Russia. But he's still wearing the socks. So is that the reason that Scott gets the gold medal? Because he's wearing Kip's magic socks?
Maybe. Still thinking of his boy. Oh, I don't know. I didn't even read much into it.
Fuck me, Antonia.
You know what?
I noticed that he was scared at the empty bed, but you didn't notice that he like still wears the ugly socks.
Details. Some details are like, other details, yes, give me more. I guess it was you need a win, and like just a win in life, a win in something, and they gave him that.
Do you know what? I think I've changed my mind.
Oh.
I don't love it.
Yeah, no, but you feel more for him.
Yeah, I definitely came into this thinking that Scott was a great big creep.
I mean, he does say things that could be linked.
He does say some really creepy things. But I'll take it. He says creepy things, but I don't think he is a creep. How's that?
Yeah.
That's my summation.
Thank you. Yes. I can take that.
Shall we do quick fire fave?
Exactly.
Okay. Antonia, what was your hottest moment?
Oh, definitely holding him up in the part where can I fuck you? Yeah.
Yes. Same.
That's hot.
Men picking up men. I'm here for it all day, every day. Loved it when Ilya did it to Shane. I love it when Scott does it to Kip. We are normally joined by Zara and Kirsty, but they are super slammed right now. So they have given us their quick fire faves in voice notes and handwritten notes. Antonia, what does Kirsty have to say for hottest moment?
Okay, I really should have thought my more general thoughts message, because actually I'm just repeating myself. For me, the hottest moment is Kip and his glasses. That's all. Oh, actually, no. Hang on. I really like when Scott picks Kip up.
Yeah,
Yes, hard agree.
exactly.
Because he's not a small boy, but he makes
He's
him
not
feel
a
like
small
small
boy.
boy.
Yes. We are all in sync.
We
Let's
are
see.
all in sync. Oh shit, yeah, what does
Let's
Zara say?
see.
I've got a funny feeling she's going to say the same. No?
It's similar, but it's slightly different. It's when Scott it's in his tight running top. Oh no, it's actually completely different. Sorry.
No.
No, it's definitely not it for me. But she loved the when he's in his really tight.
I legitimately
running
fucking hate
clothes.
that top. Ugh. And I don't know why they did him dirty like this, but the shoes that they put him in when he's running look like clown feet. They're like flump, 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 flump.
They do.
The least sexiest thing I've ever seen, Zara, and you need to get to Specsavers. I stand by that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Zara, but I do agree.
Okay, favorite moment.
Definitely the bit that I already talked when he seems that the bed, like he seems not that he's not in the house anymore. He's not in the bed, and Scott, like, where is he? Like fear in his face, and then he hears a noise in the kitchen, and then he realizes he's still there. I love that.
That is super cute, and I'm sad I missed it. Not enough to go watch it, but sad I missed it.
Don't worry, I'll send you.
Sure.
What about you? What was your favorite?
Babe, you know it's Angry Kit and Shane trying to fight. Like,
yeah, of course. Like Amanda will actually be skipping the whole episode, making sure to just see the scene. So
oh yeah. I actually don't skip all of Skip. I fast forward Skip to Ilya's "I love you, I love you, I love you," and then Shane, "I'm sorry, what?" And then Shane throwing hands, and then I go to episode 4 because
so anything related with Kip and Scott, bye.
Okay. Oh yeah. Look, I am who I am. I make
it's fine, babe. I accept you the way you are.
Thanks, babe.
Okay, should we hear what Kirsty has to say?
Yes.
I do think my favourite moment actually is Scott and Elena, when Elena pulls Scott up for a dance, and we, because that whole like, what's your intentions with my blah blah blah, it's usually done by like a guy. So I actually really like that Elena was like the one giving that speech, like, what's your intentions with my friend? What's your intentions with Kip? And she's like, she's just like upfront and honest, and she's like, yo, like, this is killing him. Like, he likes you so much and you're being a dick, and like, he doesn't deserve this and you don't deserve this, and like, what are you going to do about it? She's a great friend. I just loved that she was doing that role. So yeah, that was my favorite moment.
That's so good, actually.
That was good. I really like the fact that she does acknowledge that Scott deserves it too as well. She's not just like, he's my friend and I love him and you're treating him like shit. She's like, he's my friend and he deserves sunshine and so do you.
Elena is the GOAT. I'm sorry.
She is. Honestly, she can tie for MVP with Kip's dad. I'll accept a tie. Just this once.
Okay, should we go hear what Zara says?
Yes.
Well, not here. Read. She loves the whole meet and cute scene.
Again, Zara, fucking get your head checked. Like, what meet cute? What meet cute?
Oh, the smoothie scene.
Oh, sorry, the smoothie scene where Scott leaves a gigantic tip and is weird as fuck. It's a great smoothie. Kip.
But I do think when you think that it was kind of love at first sight, at least from Scott, it was definitely love at first sight.
Kip was asleep. That's even creepier. We've gone from Cinderella to fucking Sleeping Beauty. Like,
oh no, I do. There are definitely other moments for me, but I can see how that can be cute.
Sure. Can we move on before I'm sick?
Yes.
What moment had you deep in your feels?
There were definitely a few, but I think that would be, maybe close to the last one when Kip is celebrating his birthday. Scott is all alone and he sees him and realizes he's all alone, and I think that's quite sad. There were other scenes because I do think because it's just one episode with the whole 3 months thing.
Yeah.
We definitely get more scenes where it's quite sad. But yeah, that I think was one of the win ones. What about you?
Yeah. I think it's definitely Kip and his dad at the end when he says my son and Kip just collapses into his dad's arms.
Oh, that's so true. That's the
Yeah.
thing. There's so many.
I think the thing that annoys me though about this, not annoys me, but I think the only issue is Scott's job, right? If we transport their story into a different timeline and you change the one thing that is Scott doesn't play professional hockey, they have no issues. There's no conflict. Everything is solved. They live happily ever after. You're saying that there's loads of deep in your feels moments, but I'm like, the only thing that gets me deep in my feels is the fact that like Scott needs a new job.
And it could, because
everything would be better.
In the episode, yes, but there's definitely in the episode there were definitely loads of scenes that make me feel
quite surface
sad.
feelings.
Either for
I think they're surface.
But because you are right. I think if we put Scott in a different job, he would have definitely. I think he would have came out much sooner. Because at the end of the day, it's definitely his job that he's limiting him. Yeah, he does have trauma. I mean, his parents died.
No, he obviously does have trauma over his parents dying, but I don't think that trauma impacts his relationship with Kip. I don't think that's the driving force behind their conflict. Potentially, if he still had hockey and his parents were still alive, he wouldn't be so afraid of losing his community and therefore would be able to come out. But I don't think that happening to Scott is the reason that he's struggling with Kip. I think the reason he's struggling with Kip is because of his environment and the fact that he
that's true. I agree. I completely agree. I think the only way his parents dying affect their relationship is the fact that he doesn't see how Kip not having that community that he usually has is affecting. That's like he can't see that because that's not something he has. And that comes from him losing his parents, and then we do have the hockey again playing something there. But you were right. Besides that, we don't have anything else.
It's just such a quick fix. There's such a quick fix to this whole thing, and I think that's boring.
Is it a quick fix? I mean, he's definitely at that stage. He is used to a certain type of life.
No. I mean, like as a plot device.
Yes, true.
There's just this one thing that if that changed, everything's fine. It's a little bit boring. Did Kirsty have a deep in your feels? Because I'm pretty sure she feels the same about this episode that I do.
Does have. Should we go and listen what she says?
Yeah.
You know, I think my kind of deep feels moment of this one is actually when Kip kind of sees that Scott's left this suit. Like it's a note. There's like a note on it that says like "for my man," and it's like a suit for whatever the fundraiser is coming up. And to me, it's just like such a sad moment because, like, one, they're going to go to this event and Scott's going to pretend he's never met Kip before.
Yeah.
For my man, I can't. It's just very. I don't know. There's just something about it. It's just like it just shows like what could be, but what isn't at the same time. And then so he's wearing that suit and he's like walking around in this suit that he couldn't otherwise have been able to wear. But someone's. I don't know, the whole thing, like that to me, it's mixture of like icky and mixture of like sadness and mixture of like, I'm quite angry at Scott for it because why would you put him in a suit and then like you're then not speak to him or like not acknowledge him or like and even just pretend that you don't know him. Like it's not even like you can have friends outside of hockey.
Yeah.
Like,
that's so weird to me that he can't just have a
afraid
relationship.
of the repercussions of anything, that he's going to pretend he doesn't even know this person and like they're wearing your clothes. Like it's just like it feels like a weird like possession-y type thing of like in control, but also just like this deep-rooted sadness of like what could be and what isn't, and like his fear. Like he's a man of, I don't know, I think I'm reading too much into it, but that gets me. That's where my feels hurt because I'm like, oh, Kip. I don't think I'd wear the suit. Like I think if I was Kip, I don't think I'd wear it. But then I guess he doesn't know Scott's going to do that quite so much.
Yeah.
Like, why can't they just pretend they already have met and are friends? Like, why? Like, is Scott not like friends? So, like, I think if I was wearing something that was someone else's that they told me to wear, and then that person didn't acknowledge that they knew me, I think I'd feel like a piece of crap. So, yeah.
No, I still don't know. Actually don't have an explanation for why they had to pretend that they don't know each other.
I honestly think it is
there's
just
no need.
Scott shitting himself.
Probably. Because that's the thing. Because even like the gallery scene, they could just pretend to be friends. Why?
They could just be friends. Like, friends go to art galleries.
Like, if you went with Carter, he wouldn't be feeling this.
Kip is at this function with Elena, who works at the company, who's like, putting on the fundraiser. So why can't he just know the both of them? Why can't he just pretend he knows them both? It's the way that Scott immediately just, he doesn't think things through. I said it before, I'm saying it again. He doesn't think shit through. And he just panics, and then he acts from his panic rather than sin.
Agreed. Completely.
I'm back on the Scott hate train.
I don't hate him. I just do think he's just...
No, I don't hate him. But
I
do think it's really shitty.
It's really shitty, yes. Yes. These people just have to get out of their own arses.
Yeah, we say that as two perfect people.
Exactly.
We never get in our own way.
Never. Thankfully, it's not about us.
Yeah, thankfully we are not the fictional characters, because I'd be screaming at myself if I saw my antics written down on a page. Okay, I think
that's us.
Yeah, I think we've yapped all that we can yap about Scott and Kit. Okay, so join us next week when we will be back on the Hall and Off train.
Yeah.
We're going to cover episode 4, which I'm always surprised to find out is called Rose. For me, that episode is Boston, and in my head it's always just Boston.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's not. It's called Rose. I'm so desperate to yap about the tuna meltdown. I'm so desperate to yap about all the things she said. So yeah,
all the things she said, running through my head.
It's iconic, stunning. Before you go, do the thing on all the things. So the little bell on wherever you're listening to notify you the next time an episode comes out. If you could follow us on any of the platforms, that would be amazing. We are at Yap Island Pod on Threads, TikTok and Instagram. I guess that's us for this week. Bye.